So after my Q&A video, a bunch of you seemed to want to hear more motel stories from me, and some of you just felt bad for me for working at a motel, which is fair. If you felt bad for me just because I work at a motel 24/7 with no days off, then hearing what it was like to move in is gonna be a whole other can of worms. So after driving 12 hours away from where I lived to start working at a motel in the middle of nowhere, it was time for me to move in and to settle into my new life. At first, everything seemed pretty promising. My boss put me up in a king room with a fairly cozy bed, a working microwave, and a Wi-Fi signal that could play a YouTube video if you waited to let it load for a couple of minutes. I know it doesn't sound like much, but considering I was moving to a town so small that the closest McDonald's is at least a 3-hour drive away, I wasn't exactly expecting the Ritz here. But then I woke up the next morning and I had to move all my stuff into the employee room. This room is basically just a small kitchenette motel room for whoever currently works at the front desk reception of the motel to live in. The reason I had to live in this room specifically is because it's the only room that's connected to the bell at the front desk. Yeah, I'll talk more about that in a little bit. Anyway, I opened the door to my new room and it's filthy. I'm talking like muddy boot prints on the floors and walls, exposed wiring coming out of those walls, and caved-in ceiling tiles on the ground. It was at this point right now where I realized the reality of where I'm gonna be living now. As I started cleaning up the room, I found all kinds of stuff left over from people that used to work here. The strangest ones all being in a bedside table drawer that had $600 in cash, a love letter to a former employee, and a crack pipe. I found out later that all these things belonged to somebody that worked here and got fired a year ago, so I had a little bit of cleaning up to do. Things didn't get much better after settling in, though, because I moved in while the motel was in the middle of renovating the half of the building I was living in. So, for most of the day, every day, for over a month, I'd be hearing the constant noise of jackhammers. And if it wasn't that, then it was just all the other noises you expect to hear on a construction site that's happening all around you. I didn't really expect the great tunes, though. Yeah, about that bell ringing noise. So because the motel only ever employs one person full-time for the front desk reception, anybody assigned to the job has to live in this room and work a never-ending 24/7 shift, no breaks, and no days off. Whether it's 4 p.m. or 4 a.m., I need to be awake and ready to check in whoever just rang the bell at the front desk and help them with anything they need. Too dumb to figure out how to turn on your TV? I'm there. Don't know the password to our Wi-Fi despite me saying it to you when I checked you in and it being written right here at the front desk? I'm at your command. Need a quick handy at 3 in the morning? I mean, legally we can't really do that here, but I'm sure if we could, my boss would add it to my job description. My life is tied to this motel in such a way where if I need to go to the grocery store and somebody rings the bell because they don't know our Wi-Fi password, my boss will call me, make me drop everything I'm doing, and have me drive back to the motel. Also, I can point to the sign right in front of the guest's face so they can connect to it. It really affects what you can do throughout the day. Cooking food? Good luck, because the bell's going to ring while something's on the stove and you're going to set your room on fire while you're forced to go spend 30 minutes listening to a guest rant to you about how much they hate their wife. This has been my life for the last 9 months now. Thankfully, it's gotten a little bit better in the last 3 months, because it's the slow seasons during the winter time here, so I at least have some more time to live a shell of a normal life for the time being. Not by much, but it's better than hearing the bell go off every 5 seconds. Well, looks like I gotta go, but thank you all so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. A special thank you to my patrons over on Patreon. If you'd like to support me as well as see your name in the credits, get access to behind-the-scenes videos, animation tutorials, and more, then check me out on there. And I hope you all have a rad day.